Welcome back. Today we are starting the final battle, Battle of Richmond. Just want to say it's been a long campaign. Thank you to all of those who have watched me thus far, or anybody who is just jumping in at this point. Hope I can continue to show you at least something that you can learn from in this final battle. So, quick overview of the troops. You can see from the soldier numbers that I have managed to fit in about another 5,000 men into all of my corps. You can see that I am down my last 100,000, which I'm just keeping as a reserve, as just in case, because I don't know whether there's a time to resupply. There's a lot more men that theoretically I could fit in, but I don't have the money to support it, and I'd have to shove in recruits instead of veterans. Can do that, but the way that I've been playing it, prefer not to. All of the elites have 1863s, but you can see these headliner units have been downgraded because they're now so big that I was actually running into firearm supply issues. But 1855s are still decent guns, and now I've still even got fairly large units, independent units with 1861s, and then elites moving down further. So with more of these really large brigades, you should be able to roll over the enemy no problem. My first three corps, I've also got a specialist brigade with the high rate of fire rifles. This unit has Spencers, this unit has the 1855s. I've gone ahead and I've equipped them with the Henrys again. I suspect, just anecdotally, that there is a bug with the Henrys specifically. They just, for whatever reason, underperform even compared to the 1855s and the Spencers, and their stats aren't that inferior. I really don't understand why. That might be a good avenue for some experimentation, but there's just something about the Henrys that I personally have never gotten amazing results with. But hey, it's the last battle. Why not? We're still maintaining one unit of skirmisher cavalry and one unit of melee cavalry in the first corps at least. You know, as we showed last time, melee cavalry can still find use. It's actually the skirmisher cavalry that are starting to have more problems, just finding areas. But the last battles tend to be large enough that they can still move back and forth. You can see even through here, I've got 2,500 man brigades in the first divisions. Consider these more of a shock division, but it's not like they have terrible stats either. So. 2,500 men here, and now we're starting. You can see that these artillery are not so experienced, bolstered by these veterans. We're starting to really scrape the bottom of the barrel here, because just these guys just didn't really see combat at all, compared to these guys, just because artillery levels so slowly. And just more of my units back here. So also one thing I'll note that I have distributed officers to actually all of the really good brigades. Heard, as I mentioned before, that command actually is a hard limit on efficiency. I don't know how true that is, but you know, if it is, there's no harm in me spreading my officers around and trying to match the numbers as best as possible. I don't know what it takes to get to 100 command. You might actually need like double 3-star in your division commander and your personal brigade commander. So there might be some wastage there, but yeah. Armory, I have gone through and I've sold off basically everything that I wasn't using for the sake of getting more money to fit more troops in. Just some small reserve of guns. Again, I don't know what if I'm gonna get a resupply opportunity. Barracks. Had I known the previous point that I talked about, I would have been a little more diligent about buying brigadier generals. You know, it's like 4,000 per brigadier general, 4,500, something along those lines. But oh well. And career points, maxed out all of the really important ones, and 5 in logistics, along with the minimum 4 in recon. And just as a refresher, we inflicted about 29,000 casualties in the Georgia Railroad. If we go to our report, they only got 16,700 back, so we hit their army. That's good. Let's get into it. Battle of Richmond. We've endured 4 years of continuous fighting with the rebels, but we can now bring a sudden end to the war by capturing the capital of the Confederacy. Unfortunately, attempting a siege will surely add another year to the war, a year we do not have. Confederates are close to receiving help from Europe that would surely prolong the war, making the population discontent as their sons continue to die in the field, weakening our ability to win this war. However, an immediate assault upon Richmond would end the war in days, not months. Plan is simple. As the bulk of our army pins the rebels north of Richmond, you are going to quickly shift 2 corps to the east of Richmond and storm the lightly defended trenches there. Be swift. When Confederates realize your intentions, they will shift their own army to mirror your movements. Godspeed, General. We need victory this day. You can see there's going to be, they claim a lightly defended trenches, but we will see. You can see that they have strong fort here, a strong fort here, another fort here. This one in particular we want to pay attention to just because it's so close to the river line. It's going to be kind of a bear to handle. We may want to see if we can't strike in around here, attack this, and take that one from behind. Maybe even not have to attack these at all. We'll see. I don't know this map at all. However, not so sure that we care about finesse. You can see that we outnumber them 2 to 1. Although I don't understand the point of the army limitation, because you can see that this is 66,000 basically, and remember from the previous screen, their army is supposed to be limited to 44 or 50,000. Maybe 66 is the bare minimum that they have to bring. Who knows? Either way, our army is probably going to run them over. The question is, how clean can I make it? Sir, our first corps will soon begin arriving on the battlefield located east of Richmond. To mask our attack from any reconnaissance, we have maneuvered our corps into position one by one. Our main objective is to secure the first defensive layer of trenches east of the city. Reconnaissance reveals a lightly defended section. It starts from here. It extends further south to this point. And ends south of York River at Williamsburg Road. Yeah, that's the fort I was talking about before. Our next steps will be capture the forts that guard Richmond's eastern side, and finally, the city itself. Our task will not be easy. As soon as Confederates realize the main attack is coming from the east, they will begin continuously reinforcing their fences using the Mechanicsville Road and the railroads. Good luck to us all, General. Okay, so let's pause. Pause. We need to hold Richmond. We need to hold the North Fort, hold Fort Johnson, Fort Jackson, Fort Rockets, Fort Albin, and the South Fort. So that's probably this. That's 4 forts, and then the North Fort and South Fort, whatever those are not on the field yet. The vanguard of our corps is arriving. The rebels should not expect an attack at this area, so they should have less infantry guarding the trenches. Reconnaissance revealed that Longstreet commands those troops. First, we have to secure the trench command posts located here and at this section. Advance. Okay. So this is theoretically, you could just do a frontal attack straight into here and push whatever here is off. Because going up here, it's kind of uphill. It's not really that great. But attacking center is really a good idea. There's artillery here. There's artillery here. There's probably artillery here. Or maybe not here. There's probably like here and here and here. I think that you would just get mulched going into there across open ground. So instead, I'm going to swing down through here. I'm going to get into these trees here and use these to outshoot whatever's down there. And then swing up once I crack this side. So, we'll take the snipers down. We'll have the snipers over here just to keep an eye out. But first div. Whoops, wrong way. This way. Okay. Over here. Second div. Over here. Third div over here. I'm going to have one brigade over here with artillery, and I'm just going to shell the heck out of these guys early instead. So that's why I eliminated my howitzers, and I'm going to bring the parrots in instead, which is, you know, kind of a shame not having the howitzers to support the immediate assaults. But trying to get the howitzers going on offense is sometimes an exercise in frustration anyway, so these guys should be able to just shell whatever is over here for a while. It's going to take me a little while if I'm doing this intelligently to break in over here. So, alright, let's try this. Combine with you, combine with you, combine with you. And then we're just gonna have some skirmishers heading out early. Send these guys down that way. Okay. run these guys away. See, they've got some unit and light fencing here. Pretty comfortable about being able to outshoot that. We're just going to keep sending skirmishers over this way. Whoops. Oh, nope, don't get vision. Don't get vision. Yeah, there's artillery like right here that I'm trying to get vision of. Maybe you can have him shoot that guy instead. Oops. Nope. Okay. So, yep, we're just gonna march straight on in. I'm gonna swing over with these guys. There we go. Now I've got vision on them. Routing. Oh, hey. There's a gun over there. So, check for you guys. To get shots on him. Are you actually losing in melee against skirmishers? Oh my goodness. I don't have the points for that. Oh wow, I don't have points for that. never a good sign when the enemy artillery is having ammo issues. That means they've been allowed to shoot for too long. That's incredible. Finally get a crack on here. And now you're done. Start tasking these guys to shoot him, because I've shattered off that artillery. Equal in terms of casualties, but you know, we're just about to crack the defensive line. So this kind of thing pays dividends. Just takes a little bit of time for us to see the benefits. Oh my god, what are you guys doing here? How are you guys being flanked? Oh my goodness. Alright, so we'll call it there for Phase 1. Not a heck of a lot of progress, but at least got rid of a lot of their annoying skirmishers, started working down some of their artillery. Thanks for watching.